I hope your week is off to a great start. Today, I want to share with you a thought for the week related to the signs of the times, that Jesus is coming back soon. We're all familiar with Matthew 24, where Jesus gives so many indications that he's coming back. And so many of them seem to be fulfilling right before us. Wars and rumors of wars, nation rising against nation. It's happening. But I don't want you to miss something that Jesus says in verse 4 of Matthew 24. The very first thing he says, take heed that no man deceive you. We are living in an unprecedented time where everyone can and is being deceived. There hardly is anything we can trust today. Jesus says that's the very first thing he wants us to remember when we think about the signs that he's coming back. And then he goes into nation rising against nation and politics and wars and pestilences, all these things, signs that he's coming back, but also a warning not to be deceived. Then he mentions these are the beginnings of sorrows. Says that we'll be delivered up to be afflicted. People are going to be hating one another. Again, these are deceptions that we need to be worried about. He says, iniquity is going to abound. Boy, are we seeing that. And then many shall be offended and betray one another. And if there was ever a time in history where everyone is offended about everything, it's right now. But then Jesus says in verse 13, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So for me, as I think about the prophecies and the signs of the times, there's two things that I take away. Yes, there's so many indications that are right upon us that tell us that Jesus is coming back. But there's two important things, one at the beginning and one at the end of that list. The one at the beginning is take heed, don't be deceived. It's going to be really, really tricky here at the end. And we need to stay so close to Christ. How do we not be deceived? What's the opposite of deception? It's truth. And what did Jesus say is that the Holy Spirit, the Comforter, will lead us into all truth. The number one thing we need is the Holy Spirit. We need to pray every day for the Holy Spirit so that we're not deceived. And what's the last thing in verse 13? He that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. We need endurance. And how do we get endurance? If you think about where the Apostle Paul says in Hebrews that we are surrounded by a crowd of witnesses, and let us lay aside every weight and the sin that besets us and run with patience or endurance the race that's set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. So I want to leave you with that. Pray for the Holy Spirit so that you're not deceived, and pray that you can endure unto the end, always looking unto Jesus. Take care and have a blessed week.